Welcome, fellow productivity seekers. I'm Garland, Coulson, Captain Time, and today I want to introduce you to my digital marketing campaign planning template. This is a template that I will also make available for download so you can use it yourself. So why did I create this template? Because I'm continually planning new marketing campaigns and there's so many steps, channels, and I just needed a better way to pull it all together. So this is a template that I created and I use it not only for myself, but my clients. So every time I use this, it gets better. And you can copy this template for your own use and use it yourself. So to start off with a campaign, I want to say, well, what's my goal? Am I trying to build my subscriber list? Am I trying to increase my social media followers? Am I trying to increase social engagement? Or do I want people to fill out a survey or poll so that I can gather additional information from them? So that's the first step, is to establish a goal. What is it we're trying to accomplish with all this? And yes, I know making more sales is often a plan for a digital marketing campaign, but I usually recommend you pull people into your subscriber list or your social media followers first before you try to market. Okay, now we've got a goal in place. The next thing is, who are we going to work with? Who's our target audience? What's their gender, location, their culture, their income, all these kinds of things. The more that you know about them, the better. And then what are their needs? What keeps them awake at night? What are their pain points? What moves them? What problem do they have that they would willingly pull out a credit card and pay to have solved? So that's the key thing, is after you've got your goal, is who is my target audience I'm going to work with. So now that you know your target audience, that helps you define your channels. What channels am I going to use to reach people? And the internet just gives us a wealth of channels to be able to use. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, online advertising like Google AdWords, Facebook ads, influencers. There's just tons of this different techniques you can use in different channels. And this is not meant to be a comprehensive list. This is the list of channels you'll use to reach them. So when you're working with this template, delete the ones you won't use, insert the ones you will use. Okay, we've got our goal. We've got our target audience. We know our channels. So what's our strategy? Well, what are we trying to do here when we're going to do this? What kind of content are we going to provide? And there's two main kinds of content that I want to talk about. And the first one's called micro content. So micro content is basically things that people can consume in a very short time, usually less than 30 seconds. And they can be video, such as YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, Facebook Reels, or they can be social media posts, again, that are really short, like graphics with images, memes, or just text social media posts. So that's that short form consuming. Think Twitter, think YouTube Shorts, think these things that are really quickly that you're going to see that pass. So the benefit of the short form is people just have short attention spans. So you're working with that unfortunate trend that we're all losing our attention spans. And people won't often sit through a longer thing. I mean, my brother once mentioned to me that he didn't seem to have the patience anymore to sit through an entire movie, that he was starting to watch TV shows for that reason. I'm finding I sometimes don't have the patience to sit through a whole TV episode, so I might watch YouTube videos instead. And so the next step is people don't want to watch a whole YouTube video, so they watch a YouTube short. Again, micro content's really easy to share, which is fantastic and has that potential to go viral. And the thing is, if you're working with this micro content, you want to use all the appropriate hashtags. Don't overdo the hashtags, don't stuff them, but use appropriate hashtags so people who are following that hashtag can find that. So hashtags are really important with micro content. So long form content is longer things like blog posts, YouTube videos, ebooks, how-to guides, the kind of longer content we've had around articles, that kind of stuff that people are looking at. And the benefits of the long form, they work great for search engine optimization and position you as an expert. And I have several articles, blog posts, and longer videos that are at the top of Google because they're long form content that people are looking for and sharing. So both of these have value. So don't think, micro content's better than long form. It helps to do both, but for this particular campaign you're running, you have to decide, what is my strategy? Am I better off to go with micro content or long form content, a combination of the two, etc.? And the next is, what's your call to action? So what will the content lead to? Where are you going to get your money from? So it's got to be something they either subscribe to, or you're pointing them to something they can purchase, or something like that. So, I usually like to use my call to action to bring them into my list or make them a follower. And then I usually broadcast messages to my list when I have a special coupon or a special offer, or want to recommend a service or product that I'm selling to them. Okay, we've got our goal, we've got our target audience, we've got our channels, and we've got our strategies. Next is, how do I track the success? How do I know if it worked? What are you going to measure, and how will you track that? So sales are one fairly easy thing, e-commerce on your website, and a lot of e-commerce plugins or programs will track that for you. You can use Google Analytics to track both sales and traffic, so it'll work both ways. If you're building your email list program should be able to show you your subscribers and your open rates and those kinds of things. You can use coupon codes. So if you've got a e-commerce, it will tell you how many times your coupon codes have been used. So that will work good for you there. And then, of course, there's social media metrics. You can usually see how many social media followers you have, how many times a social media post was shared, what kind of level of engagement it had. Now, how do you get all this done? You might be going, okay, that's starting to sound like a lot of work, Garland. So there's a number of different ways you can do this, okay? So first off, if you're doing it yourself, you need a dedicated block of time each week. Say, this is my marketing, this is my digital marketing time. It is sacred. Nothing can disturb me during that time. I'm going to turn my phone off, turn my email off, and I'm going to work 1 hour a day on my marketing, or 2 hours a day, or whatever it's going to be. So if you want to do it yourself, that's how you do it. Otherwise, you might want to build a team. If you've got a team of people, other people working for you, again, you want to assign tasks and responsibilities to each task member and follow up. I threw a extra video in here of, great way to do video delegating, which I find is much faster than the other way. Or if you don't have a team or don't want to take the time to build one, you can, hire a virtual assistant to work on this is one option. Again, a video on preparing for a virtual assistant. Or you can just outsource it to my team. There's a link here you can follow to go there if you'd like to have us give you a quote on getting your campaign done. So that's the template. In the link below, you should find a link to be able to download this, access it for yourself, make a copy for yourself, and then you can use it as many times as you want. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit the like button and subscribe button. That tells YouTube that this is great content that they should be showing to more people, and really helps me reach and help more people. As always, I love to have comments below. Tell me what you thought of this. Any other ideas you have, something else I should include for the next version. Always happy to hear from you. Thanks so much for listening.
Bizmentum, online business networking,